We're here with Mike Quincy, Automotive Content Specialist for Consumer Reports Magazine, for a Connecting Point web exclusive. Mike, the April edition of Consumer Reports, you rate the best models of cars, and you also look across whole brands and say who's overall doing the best job. And once again, 7 of the 8 top spots go to Japanese brands: Subaru, Toyota, Mazda, Honda, and the Infiniti. What are the folks in Japan doing right or righter than everybody else around the world?
These brands that you mentioned, they're all producing cars that not only do well in Consumer Reports test, but they're putting out consistent reliability. And when you look at the April issue of Consumer Reports and you come across this article, we call it the brand report card. We're looking at combining those two factors. We're looking at how the vehicles do in our testing and how the average reliability across their model line is working out. And we're finding that the top level performers are coming from Japan.
Other end of the spectrum, just as you put it in the article, Jeep and Ford tied for the lowest score. What's the problem there? What are these folks not getting as right?
Well, with Jeep, the problem is a really old product line. The Liberty, the Patriot are just outclassed, outdated. They were never very competitive to begin with. The Compass also is among those very poor performers. The reliability isn't good either. We do like the Grand Cherokee, so that's one bright spot for Jeep. With Ford, the products actually do quite well in Consumer Reports testing, but the monkey on their back is reliability. They've had big issues with their My Ford Touch central infotainment system. They've had issues with their transmissions breaking down for some of their small cars, and some of their 4-cylinder EcoBoost engines are also having reliability issues. If Ford's reliability was better, they definitely would have come in. They would have scored higher.
No surprise in this, I suppose, but the luxury brands of the big brands outperformed in general. I mean, we're talking Lexus, we're talking Audi. That's really not a surprise. You get what you pay for, right?
Mostly. I mean, some luxury brands like BMW and Mercedes have much spottier reliability. Lexus certainly is the class leader here. I mean, we're glad to see a luxury maker like Lexus, Acura, and Audi produce vehicles with lots of high tech, lots of luxury and safety features, and they're holding together well. So some of the higher priced brands, certainly from Germany, could take a lesson from that.
Chevrolet, as the American competitors come in, did fairly well. A brand overall score of 56, average road test score 70. That's better than most of what's coming out of Detroit. What's Chevy getting right? I know you folks have liked some of their models the last couple of years.
The new and redesigned Chevrolet Impala is one of the best family sedans that you will find anywhere. If you're in the market for one, I definitely would say go to your Chevrolet dealer and drive the new Impala. It will totally surprise you and make you forget about past ones that were junk. The Silverado also is a really good, promising pickup truck. It did well in Consumer Reports testing, but we're still waiting to see about how its reliability is going to hold up. I think General Motors, as an organization, is really committing themselves to making better products. I mean, these are car people. They know how to make a good car, and I think they're being held less back. They're not being held back as much by the accounting department, and their engineers and their designers are allowed to say, okay, take a risk, run with this. The models from Cadillac, the CTS, the ATS, these are really, really good driving cars. Still need to work a bit more on reliability, but as far as the products go, I think General Motors is getting a lot right these days.
A little less than a minute left. Let's talk about Dodge. Their Ram truck got your best pickup truck rating in your best models. Overall, Dodge gets a brand score of 53, a road test score of 69. So they're coming along. Is that fair to say?
They're coming along. Some of their product line is getting a little bit old. The Challenger muscle car is kind of an old design. The Charger muscle sedan is kind of an old design. They're still very satisfying cars to drive. I actually really like them personally because they're V8s and they remind me of my youth. But the Durango SUV is a newer design, does very well in Consumer Reports testing. And as we talked about, the Ram pickup truck is the top pick in the April issue of Consumer Reports. So they definitely have their eyes on the prize. They're getting there. I mean, all is not lost for people that are fans of Detroit.
Well, Mike Quincy, Consumer Reports Magazine, thanks for being with us as always.
Thanks for having me on.